Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Zoe. I am a yoga teacher, better known as Aloha and Coffee. If you like what we do today, hit that subscribe button down there. I'm just going to be going through a 20-25 minute flow, just suitable for all levels. So if you're a beginner, that's great. If you're a seasoned yogi, that's amazing too. Just really starting to warm up the body, starting to get a little flow together. So it's really good for any time of the day, any time of the night. Anything that you want to see from me, please let me know. So leave it in the comment section below. If you like it, if you don't like it, just let me know. And then I can start creating stuff that's going to bring value to you, that you really like, that's good for you. So let's begin. So just come to a comfortable seated position. So that might be with your legs crossed, that might be with your legs out in front, taking half lotus, full lotus. It's entirely up to you. We're just going to spend just a few moments just starting to settle into the body. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders stacked above the hips. So the spine's nice and long, nice long neck. Relaxing the hands. So either placing them on the knees, palms down, palms up, or just letting them rest in the lap. And then just gently closing off the eyes here. And just start to settle in. Start to bring the focus to the breath. So we're sitting tall and strong, but we're sinking, we're grounding into the earth. So really feeling the seat bones grounding down. Maintaining a strong connection with the core. And then just think about gently softening. So if there's any tension that you're holding in the shoulders, relax. If you find that the jaws clench, the teeth are clenched, just start to unwind and start to relax. Just keeping that attention on the breath. Knowing at this point, if any thoughts come into the head, if the mind is overactive, just bringing that attention back to the inhales and to the exhales, feeling them flow, just like the water. And then from here, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the hands up to the heart center, feeling the thumbs pressing against the chest. Taking one deep breath here together. The next exhale, reaching the hands up overhead. And then floating them down. Inhale, reaching. Really grounding into the seat bones. Exhale, floating down. Taking one more here. Inhale, reaching up. On this exhale, letting the left hand fall down, float down to the outside of the left hip, reaching up with the right hand. Just pressing that right hip down slightly, so feeling a stretch all the way down the right hand side of the body. Taking the gaze up to the top hand. If it's available, maybe coming down onto the left forearm, but still keeping those hips nice and level. If the hips lift at all, then maybe just easing that slightly. Taking one more breath here. And then on the exhale, floating over to the other side. So really reaching up with the left hand, feeling a stretch from the little finger all the way down the side body. Maybe leaning over a bit further, maybe taking it down to the forearm, taking the gaze up to the hand, maybe pressing down slightly with that left hip just to intensify the stretch. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, floating it back to center. Inhale the hands up. This time as we exhale, we drop the right hand to the left knee. The left hand comes behind the body, twisting gently over the left shoulder. So keeping the left hand nice and close to the body, we want to elevate through the spine, lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Maybe using the right hand on the left knee just to pivot slightly. So keeping the gaze over the left shoulder. As you inhale, lengthening the crown of the head towards the sky, and then exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into that twist. On your next inhale, coming back to center, floating the hands up. And then exhale, coming round to the other side. And keeping that right hand close to the body, elevating through the spine. Maybe taking the hand to a block, if that's more comfortable. Maybe using the left hand just to press into the right knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twisting into that base. One more breath here. Inhale. And twist. Inhaling back to center, floating the hands up. And then making your way over into your tabletop position. So finding that 4-point. Taking the shoulders, the elbows and the wrists in a nice straight line. Spreading the fingers wide, really grounding the palms into the earth. Stacking the hips on top of the knees, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. You're going to take your gaze just in front of the hands. So the neck's nice and long, it's a nice neutral spine, all the way down from the neck to the tailbone. Just taking a few rounds of cat and cow here, so just starting to warm up, starting to mobilize the spine. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the tailbone, we're going to lengthen the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, round the shoulders, pressing into the hands. Inhale, drop the belly, lengthen. Exhale, navel to spine, round. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, navel to spine. Taking 2 more like this, just in your own breath. Just whatever works for you. Maybe pausing at one point if it feels good. Maybe working through a little bit quicker. Maybe putting a little bit of movement in. So maybe moving the hips, if the hips are particularly tight or tense. Just starting to explore. Maybe getting a bit playful. One more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Just pausing here. So just breathing here, really pressing into the hands. Really feeling those shoulders opening out. And then coming back to neutral. So just warming up the core a little bit now. So starting to engage the core, drawing the navel back into the spine, keeping a tight tummy at all times. So we're going to inhale, take the right leg straight out behind. So trying to keep the heel in line with the bottom, trying not to lift up, trying not to lift down. So a nice straight line. And then taking the left hand out to join. So really reaching with the fingers, feeling like someone's pulling the fingers and pulling the toes. Engaging the core. The option to stay here if that's enough. Or taking a big inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly bringing the elbow and knee to meet in the middle, rounding through the spine. Taking it away again. Keeping that core nice and tight. One more time. Elbow to knee, just pausing here. Just for a moment. See if you can tuck that heel in towards the bottom. And release back to center. Coming back to neutral, just resetting. So just checking in on those lines. This time, taking the left heel back, the left foot back, pointing the toe, keeping that tummy nice and tight. At the same time, engaging the glutes, engaging the quads. Taking the right hand out, so really reaching, feeling that pulling, so we've got a stretch down both sides of the body. As always, staying here if that's enough for you, or taking a big inhale. Exhale, drawing the elbow and knee to meet in the middle. Sending it away again. One more time, drawing it together. Again, pausing here, tucking that heel up towards the bottom. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, reaching. And coming back to neutral. Resetting, making any adjustments that you need to. Keeping those hands about shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale, lifting the knees, pressing into the tops of the feet, keeping that core engaged. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time here. Inhale, lift. We hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Just sitting back on the heels, just circling those wrists. You might feel a bit tight, a bit sore after spending time on them, so circling them here. And then coming back into your 4 points. This time we're going to tuck the toes under, pressing into the hands, wrapping the triceps back. So really imagine the fronts of the elbows facing forward, so wrapping the triceps in. And we're going to slowly start to lift the hips, the tailbone, settling into our first downward facing dog. So keeping the knees nice and soft if you need to, keeping the heels lifted if you need to, just pedaling out the feet. So bending one knee and then the other. Any movement that feels good, maybe twisting into the hips if that feels good. Remember, we're looking for a nice long spine. Hips are high. Making any minor alterations that you need to. And then just finding some stillness wherever you are. Maybe closing off the eyes if that feels good. Taking 3 breaths here. Inhale. Sigh it. Inhale. One more. Inhale. Inhale, dropping down to the knees. Untucking the toes here. We're going to take the shoulders over the wrists, keeping the triceps close to the body, lowering all the way down. Scooping through, coming into your baby cobra. So being careful not to put all the weight into the hands, keeping the triceps close to the body. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Tucking the toes again. Pressing into the hands, coming back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, inhale. Softening the knees, taking the gaze to the hands, slowly walking the feet into the hands. And then taking the feet about hip width apart. Keeping the knees nice and soft. So bending the knees as much as you need to bring the chest down towards the knees. Catching hold of either elbow and just finding some calm in your ragdoll. So the upper body, hands heavy, maybe rocking from side to side, maybe nodding yes, shaking the head no. Whatever feels good. Keeping the hips high, finding length in the hamstrings. Just taking a couple more moments here. Then releasing the hands, slowly rolling up. Keeping the chin tucked. Coming into standing. Giving the shoulders a nice big roll. One more time, nice big roll. Giving it a shake. Hopefully you should feel nice and warm now. And just work through a round of our basics and salutation. Just to warm up the body a bit more, just to start to build a little bit of heat. So come to the top of your mat. We'll find our mountain pose. We'll find our Tadasana. So taking the big toes to touch, engaging the legs. Think about really lifting up out of the knees, lifting up out of the thighs, tucking the tailbone and engaging the core. Give the shoulders a nice big roll. Send the shoulder blades down the spine. Palms facing forwards, just closing off the eyes here. Lifting all 10 toes away from the earth, spreading them wide and then placing them back down, rooting through the feet. So imagine one line of energy from the earth, traveling up through the body, coming out through the top of the head. So standing tall, taking the gaze either straight ahead or just closing the eyes softly. Standing here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And the next inhale, we're going to raise the hands, taking the gaze to follow. Exhale, diving deep forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, hands to shins or thighs, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank pose, coming down onto the knees and tucking the toes. Lowering all the way down, chest comes down to the earth. Inhale, lift the chest cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press into the hands, downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Soften the knees. Step the feet into the hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising to stand. Exhale, hands through heart. Taking one more round. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, always coming down onto the knees if you need to, or joining the arm to toes, coming through. Maybe taking upward facing dog this time, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. This time on the inhale, we're going to step the right foot between the hands. So trying to bring it forward with one foot, with one step. If you need to give it a little helping hand, then maybe just catching hold of the right ankle, maybe taking 1 step, and then 2 steps, dropping down onto the knee and tucking the toes. Coming to our low lunge, so stacking the right knee on top of the right ankle, rising the hands up, squeezing those thighs gently together, relax the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, framing the right foot, starting to straighten the right leg, sinking the weight back, coming into our half split. So lifting, flexing the right toes up. We want the spine nice and long, so imagine the nose going towards the toes, so lengthening. Feeling this hamstring start to lengthen. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, coming forwards, rising up one more time, inhale. Exhale, framing the right foot. With the hands, tuck the toes on the left foot, lift the left knee, stepping straight back into our downward dog. Breath here to reset, to reconnect. Inhale. Exhale. This time stepping the left foot between the hands. So bringing the left foot between the hands, dropping down onto that right knee, untucking the toes, rising up low lunge. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, framing the left foot, planting the hands, slowly starting to straighten that left foot. left leg. Feeling a stretch in the hamstring, flexing those left toes, keeping the spine nice and long. So just being careful not to slump down, but lifting. If you need to walk the hands back slightly, that's absolutely fine. If you need to take some blocks under your hands, if the hamstring's tight, if you need to keep a slight bend in the knee, that's absolutely fine. Taking one more breath. And then bending back into that left knee, rising up. Inhale. Exhale, framing the left foot. Lifting the right knee, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, dropping down onto the knees. Bringing the big toes to touch, just sinking back, coming into your child's pose. Taking the forehead down to the earth, connecting the forehead. Just taking a few moments here. Keeping the hands extended. Inhaling, coming back through your four-point knee and crossing over the ankles, making your way over. Extending the legs, flexing the toes, sitting nice and tall. Taking the hands down by the sides, lifting up through the crown of the head. And inhale, raising the hands up. As you exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips, forward fold. Again, keeping the spine nice and long, being careful not to collapse into the shoulders. Again, imagine that you're taking your nose down to your toes, so all the hinging is coming from the hips instead of collapsing through the spine. We're hinging, we're taking the chest forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. You need to bend the knees if that's more comfortable. That's absolutely fine too. Taking one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Release. Brilliant. Just making your way down onto your back. Bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. So just wrapping the forearms around the shins. Giving yourself a big hug. Rocking from side to side, backwards and forwards. Maybe placing the hands on the knees and giving the knees a nice circle. Imagine that you're trying to leave a print of your spine on the mat. And then gently bringing the feet down, about hip width apart, brushing the backs of the heels with the fingertips. Keeping the gaze straight upwards, neck's nice and long. I'm going to inhale, tilt the pelvis in towards the face and slowly start to peel the spine away. Pressing into the feet. Engaging the glutes without clenching, without squeezing too hard. So the glutes are engaged. We're pressing into the feet, rising the chest up towards the chin. And then exhale, floating back down again, slowly and with control. Inhale, tuck the pelvis up towards the face, slowly start to peel the spine. Again, engaging the glutes, trying to keep the knees in the same position. You're trying not to bring the knees in or let the knees splay out. Imagine that you're trying to hold something in between the knees. So sometimes it can be helpful to get a block and just pop it in between the knees. Just keep them nice and stable. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, slowly start to roll back down. And then gently heel toeing the feet to the outer edge of the mat. Just let the knees knock in. And just windscreen wipening from side to side. Just releasing the lower back. Releasing the hips. Just as quickly or as slowly as you want, whatever feels good. And then bringing those knees into the chest one last time. Giving yourself a big hug. Maybe rocking if that feels good. Maybe finding happy baby if that's good for you. So either taking the peace fingers and the thumb around the big toes. Maybe catching hold of the outer edges of the feet. Maybe just rocking from side to side. Whatever feels good. And then from here, just taking a full body stretch. So reaching up with the fingers, pointing the toes, really stretching everything out. Maybe taking a bit of a movement, moving the arms and the legs, whatever feels good. And then making your way into your final Shavasana, so into your final resting. Maybe keeping the legs extended. Maybe bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the earth. Closing off the eyes and just relaxing. Just taking whatever time you need here. And then only when you're ready, slowly waking the body up, moving the fingers, moving the toes, bringing some awareness back. Before you carry on with your busy lives, with your busy day, just taking a moment just to thank yourselves for giving yourself the time to practice today. Thank yourselves for showing up, for dedicating the time to your practice. Thank you for letting me guide you through. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you thought. Anything that you want to see, anything that you don't like, also let me know too, because it really helps me make stuff that you want to see, stuff that is good for you, stuff that helps you. Thank you. Namaste.